I regard myself as a soldier, though a soldier of peace.
Hey, what's up, peoples? This is freesouljah again, getting back to you, as well as getting back to Margaret Spellings, the United States Secretary of Education, who responded to my Davos question, or my Davos answer, for the World Economic Forum. And I want to thank YouTube also for setting this up and allowing this kind of conversation to take place. It's pretty exciting, and it says a lot about our future as a society. And I want to thank you guys for setting this kind of thing up. But I would be a fool not to take advantage of this and continue the conversation with Miss Spellings, who is a part of the Bush administration at the moment. And I want to point out a few things about the spending for education as opposed to military spending. As the numbers right now is $558 billion were spent in military spending last year, and only $93 billion were spent on education in the United States. And that's unbelievable that we'd spend that much more money on war and weapons of destruction as opposed to education and tools of improvement. And I think it says a lot about our direction as a society, of where we're headed if we continue to do such a thing. And we're going to wind up destroying ourselves if we do not start working on building our minds and our society up. And I think a lot of what we have to do if we do start funding education more is to watch where that money goes and start doing it wisely and changing our education system, not so much by the standards of statistics, of these standardized tests that are taking place with No Child Left Behind, because I think part of that is a huge mistake, where we rely on these numbers and start looking at students as numbers and statistics rather than individuals, and we start strangling out the individual and the variety of thought that is so abundant when we have children. When a child is so young, you can have amazing thoughts and amazing amounts of just stuff that would blow your mind. Just like there's that show with Bill Cosby of kids say the darndest things or whatever, that just, those little kids think outside the box. They do. And unfortunately our education system makes them conform to the box and pushes them inside the box. And with these standardized tests and the things that are going on with No Child Left Behind, where they force the schools to meet a certain quota, or they cut funding and they get punished for it, it puts teachers in a very sticky situation where they don't get to nurture that individuality, and they don't get to nurture the thinking outside of the box, that the kind of thinking that create stuff like YouTube, for instance, because there's a need for that kind of innovation in this country, in the world. And if our education system continues to go down the road that it's on, we're losing out on a lot of innovations, and who knows what we're losing out on, because it'll never be there. And I think a lot of it does fall on the way the system is set up and the education system is set up. And like you said, Miss Spellings, that investing in yourself is a huge role to play too. And I think investing in oneself is very important, and it needs to be passionate. And these children that are in school need to know how amazing knowledge can be, and how many roads it can open for them in the future. But unfortunately, I'm a product of the public school system, and when I was there, I saw a lot of problems there. And luckily, I was in what they called the gifted, or the honors programs, or classes. But I saw problems with just the basic curriculum classes, and the overcrowding and the lack of one-on-one interactions with teachers, and ancient textbooks like history books that were 20 years old and stuff like that was just outrageous. And we can't expect people to go out into the job place, into the job market, and compete with other nations if we don't fund our school systems better and start setting them up better. Because that's what it comes down to, is the railroad tracks have to be there for us to be able to ride across them, you know. And we can't blame the passengers for getting into the accident whenever the train tracks aren't set up properly. So what we need to do is fix the train tracks that the students are on, and let them choose where they get off in life. And I do agree with you that we must invest in ourselves and make it wholeheartedly and passionately, and invest in educating each other and sharing that knowledge and sharing that wisdom every day, whether we're teachers, whether we're firefighters, whether we're secretaries of education, whatever we do, we need to share that wisdom, and hopefully it passes on and we start spending more on education rather than war. So I want to thank you for listening, and until next time, this is Free Soul Jah. Keep the peace.